All right, now back to one of the developing stories we're following today. Right now in Austin, lawmakers in the Texas Senate are considering an election reform law that is so controversial, Rashi, that it has triggered most of the Democrats to fly out of the state in protest. And we've been asking you, wanting your input throughout the day on what you think about this mass exodus. So do you support the Democrats' decision to leave the state? Either you can choose yes or no and vote right now on our Fox 26 Houston website or on our free app. Now, that effort hasn't stopped Republicans, however, from pushing forward with the bill that many Democrats have labeled Jim Crow 2.0. Fox 26 political reporter Greg Groogan here with several new developments today. Greg.
Yeah, John and Rashi, while progressives in Washington welcomed the mass evacuation of Texas Democrats to the nation's capital, Republicans here blasted the AWOL lawmakers as un-Texan for essentially running from a fight. Less than a week into the special called session on the floor of the Texas Senate, lawmakers debating SB 1, the election reform bill Republicans claim will help restore shaken confidence in the democratic process. The measure outlaws pandemic-driven experiments adopted exclusively by Harris County, like drive-through voting and 24-hour polling places. SB 1 would also grant poll watchers enhanced access, which Democrats fear could lead to voter intimidation.
I'm as serious as a heart attack. That's going to create problems.
Meantime, more than 50 House Democrats who collectively abandoned the Capitol aboard charter buses and jets gathered in Washington to defend their quorum-busting defection and call on Congress to intervene.
We are not here smiling. We are not spiking the ball. We are not saying that we are happy. In fact, we are sad for democracy in the state of Texas.
Trump lost the election. Yes, he did. And they need to tell the people of this country the truth. Yeah. And if they won't, I'm going to.
Governor Greg Abbott, unsympathetic, pledging to take the eloping Democrats into custody as soon as they return to Texas soil.
Once they step back into the state of Texas, they will be arrested and brought to the Texas Capitol, and we will be conducting business.
Amid all this sound, fury, and political posturing, Rice political analyst Mark Jones says polling indicates most Texans aren't particularly interested in the suppression versus integrity debate currently raging in Austin.
An overwhelming majority of Texans aren't paying attention to this. They're far more concerned with the economy and public safety and health care. On the Democratic side, they would have you believe that this is Jim Crow 2.0 and voter suppression, when all it really is putting the rules of the game back to where they were in 2018 and at a place that is far more inclusive than an overwhelming majority of U.S. states.
Dr. Jones also notes there is still zero proof of election-altering fraud. Under the category No Love Lost, Republicans in the House this morning voted 74-5 in favor of authorizing the arrest of the Democratic members who fled the state. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. Greg Groogan, Fox 26 News.